Multivariable Calculus, Introducing the Course to New Students. That's me, so you'll recognize me if you see me in the halls or in your classroom. And there I am again. This was at a pizza party, pizza luncheon that we have for new students every year, about a week before school starts. We're going to meet in the physics lab and have pizza and Coca-Colas, and we will determine the date and time, and I will email you and let you know when that's going to be. Hope you can join us. Here's your book. We will use the second half of it with some review in the other chapters, but basically starting with chapter 11 and going through chapter 14. If you would like a hard copy of the text, see Dr. Gordon. He'll be glad to furnish you with one. I will send you a link to the online version. There's a solutions manual available in the library that shows the work for the homework problems, should you care to need that. Communication. Email. We will communicate by email. Please check it at least once daily and use it to send me your questions. I'll use it to send you information that I want to tell you about. And I will check my email a few times per day until about 7 p.m. After 7 p.m., 7:30ish, I will probably not check it, but I'll get back to you the next day. If you'd like to chat with me, friend me, Susan Cantey, on Facebook, and we can interact using Messenger. There's my my page so that you know it's the right Susan Cantey. Note, I don't have a smartphone. I have a smart enough phone. So I'm not going to be texting anybody, and I'm not going to be checking messages every few minutes like some of you do. But I will check my email every couple of hours or so. Lessons. We will be covering 1 or 2 sections per week. I will send you a syllabus and links to my video lessons on YouTube and to the PowerPoints from which the videos were made in case you want to look at individual slides or print them out. Now, in regular calculus, what's called single variable calculus, you studied functions y equal f of x. The difference between single variable, what they call single variable, because it's a function of one variable, f of x. Now we're going to move on to functions of 2 or more variables. So we'll have things like z equals the function of x and y, or w equals the function of x, y, and z. So back in single variable calculus, you had 2-dimensional graphs. And in multivariable calculus, you'll have 3-dimensional graphs. And we'd have 4-dimensional graphs if it were possible, but you can't really draw those. However, we'll have some clever ways of looking at functions of 3 variables. First quarter, we'll start out picking up some topics that were skipped in BC Calculus, and then we'll move on to Chapter 11, which is a beginning study of 3-dimensional space, including vectors and surfaces. And then in the second quarter, we'll study the derivatives of multivariable functions and their applications. Third quarter, we'll look at integrals of multivariable functions and their applications. And finally, in the fourth quarter, we'll study vector fields, and as time allows, at the end of the year, we'll do some differential equations. Assessments. There'll be homework and 1 take-home quiz each week, and 2 semester exams, the final one being comprehensive over the entire course. I will drop off a new quiz and pick up your completed quizzes each Friday near the end of 5th bell. Unfortunately, there will be a 10% deduction taken if your quiz is late. If you turn it in after 5th bell on Friday, if you need the weekend to finish it or something, then you're going to lose 10 points. I've had quite a lot of trouble with people getting way behind in the past, and so this is trying to correct that. Please, please, please stay on schedule. Get stuff done early so that if you have a sick day or something, you don't get behind. Pick up and drop off will be in the library. Make sure you hand your work to a librarian, not a helper, because in the past We have had some get lost. So give it to a librarian and it should go in the right folder. And attach your homework to your weekly quiz. So as you do the homework, just keep it in your book bag, and then when you hand in your quiz, you'll hand in your homework. Your graded quizzes. Now, depending on your location during 6 Bell, I will deliver your graded quizzes to you during 6 Bell on Fridays, or else leave them with one of your teachers. For example, Mrs. Cotton and Mrs. Coates-Hahn often have many of you in their class during 6 Bell, and they don't mind me stopping in and handing you back your papers. And so that will be my main way of getting papers to you. And then there are some friendly English teachers. If they have 3 or 4 of you in their class, they'll let me interrupt and hand those papers back quickly. But if there's only one of you in a class, or you're way off on the edge of campus, I'll probably just leave your paper with your science teacher, because I'll be in the science wing during 6 Bell. Redos. If a student has a particularly bad quiz grade, they will sometimes be given an opportunity to redo some of their quiz problems for partial credit. The redos, however, must be completed before that quiz is returned on the following Friday. In other words, before the corrected quizzes are handed back to your fellow students, you have to get that done. And you can email it to me, or you can attach it to the next quiz. College credit. If you completed the intent form, the online application, and the course authorization form, I will get you enrolled in Calc 3, otherwise known as multivariable calculus, at Cincinnati State, and will record your grades in their gradebook. Then, in the spring, I will send you information about how to get the credit, which is 4 credit hours, 1 semester, sent to your university. In other words, it's a 4-credit course, but it's only a 1-semester course at the university level. We, however, do some extra stuff at the beginning of the course that we picked up from single variable, and we also do a little bit at the end of the course in differential equations. So that's how we stretch it into a whole year. Besides, we go a little more slowly than you would if you had to take it at the college level. Questions? Email me at susancantey1@gmail.com, and I will try to answer your questions as promptly as possible. So, get ready for some calculus fun. I enjoy it.
I like to sketch quadratic surfaces. I like to take derivatives. I like to integrate functions and then plug in limits. I never read War and Peace, and engineering leaves me cold. But there's one thing I will do until I'm very gray and old. Multivariable calculus, it's strangely soothing. I think it's marvelous, so that's what I'm doing. Mathematicians were so clever to invent this cool stuff. When I convert to polar, I get a certain kind of rush. If I want to know the volume between 2 surfaces, I get my graph paper ready and party with my calculus.